Hello, everyone. My name is David, and welcome to this Neo English lesson. Today, we are going to talk about the past. Now, last week, we talked a little bit about the simple past. We also spoke about the previous week. We discussed the present perfect. Now we are going to talk about regular past actions. Okay, you're going to share great stories and you will discuss in the group, in the Zoom lesson, we will discuss, the past and what you did regularly, what you used to do. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, so let's go here. Okay. Life used to be different. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? Okay, do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? So let's continue here. Okay, so these are the vocabulary words that we will discuss today. Okay, so remember, what do you remember? What do you remember from the past? So a lot of people confuse remember with the remind. Okay, so these are two different. So remind, okay, is a little bit different. So I remind you to study. Okay, or you can get a reminder on your phone to study. But remember is when you have a picture of the past in your mind, where you can see the past or you can see information in your mind. Okay, and here we see memory, okay, that is connected to memories. Memories are things that you have in your mind, so you keep, you store, okay, you save in your mind. So things that you learned, things that you saw, things that you experienced, and they are still saved in your mind. Okay, so your school days, we're going to talk about your school days. Your school days are the days and the years and the time when you were a student. Typically, it is maybe elementary or primary school, secondary school, high school, but also maybe university. And we're going to compare school in the past and school now. If you are here and if you are learning with me, if you are my student in the Neo English program, you understand that this is a new way of learning. Online, it is all interactive, it is communicative. I don't spend 90% of the time lecturing and speaking to you, but you speak. Okay, so this is a new way where I present information in a video format that you watch, and then you come to class prepared and you will do all the speaking. And all of these questions, all of these words will be here. So strict. So for example, there are strict teachers. You have to do this. You have to do this. Very, very strict. They ask for a lot of things. They are not flexible. Okay, so we can talk. Contain is to have. Okay, so for example, you can say, well, this lesson contains a lot of interesting information. It contains a lot of vocabulary. You can say this package or this box contains many products. It has inside. Okay, chores are the things that you do at home. Okay, just housework, not homework. Homework is what you do for school. For example, the teacher says, do this exercise at home. Okay, I need you to do this exercise, to learn this, to read this. That's homework. Chores is housework. Okay, so it's a little bit different here. Housework and homework. Don't get confused those. So housework is, for example, cleaning. Okay, doing the dishes, washing the clothes. These are chores. Okay, the chores, and you can do chores outside of the house too. Things you have to do. So fields. Okay, so fields is a great word. You can use fields like fields of study. Like, what did you study? What was your field? Were you in music? Were you in business? Were you in hospitality? So what was your field? Okay, it can be that. It can also be in nature. You have fields. For example, you go outside and it's green and there are fields. Fields, okay, where you can grow vegetables in the fields. And gender, okay, gender is basically, the man or woman, or nowadays, people have there are more. Traditionally, it was two genders. Now, some people say there are more genders, and so yeah, genders is the what you identify with, or what you are. If you are a man or a woman, that's your gender. Boys, girls, gender. Okay. Equipment. A lot of equipment. There's the equipment are the things that you use for your to do something. Okay. For example, technology. For here, the equipment that I have is I have a microphone. This is a microphone. I have a computer, a camera. I have the stand. It's equipment. I have a phone. This is my equipment. Okay, reputation is how people see me. Okay, the reputation that I have. So I try to build a good reputation as a good teacher, and I teach a lot of students. Right now, I have about 70 students all over the world, and I would like to get more. So if you want to join, definitely join the program. It's very, very it's very effective. You will get a lot of results, but it's also very affordable, because I understand that a lot of people, that things are becoming more expensive. There's a lot of inflation. So I'm trying to make it accessible for everyone so that everyone can learn. Okay, so if you want to join, definitely do it. I have a very good reputation. Many students know me and I help a lot of people. Nowadays is in the present. Nowadays, these days. So you have now, days, nowadays. Okay, so for example, what is popular nowadays, or what applications are popular nowadays? TikTok is very popular nowadays. Instagram is not as popular nowadays. Okay, now when you get to a place, it means arrive to or travel to. It's very general. It's a very nice expression, because you can say, how do you get to school? How do you get to work? It means, how do you travel to work? How do you arrive? When did you get here? It means, when did you arrive? When did you get here? When did you arrive? Okay, so get to a place. Okay, when did you get here? Great question. Okay, how do you get to work? Do you take public transport? So it's take public transport. Some people say use public transport. It's not the best. Take public transport. Do you take public transport? Do you walk to work, or do you go to work by foot? How do you get to work? How do you get to school? Okay, awesome. Y'all are doing great. So here in this section right here, I'm going to talk a little bit about grammar. Okay, grammar. Regular past actions. So we talked about the past simple last time. I went to China. Okay, in 2010. I visited France for the first time when I was a child. Okay, that's the past simple. Then we also talked about the present perfect, which is confusing for some people because it's it's in the past, but it's in the present. It's a past that's connected to the present. It's a general past. It's a recent past. It's a lot of things. But basically, it's like I have been to London. It's a great city. I have been. Now, it's general past. I have been, or I've been, means it is any time in the past. And it can also be the recent past. It can be 5 minutes ago, or 1 day ago, 3 months ago, 10 years ago. I've been. Okay, it can also be a recent past. I've just written an email. Okay, but now we're going to do the regular past actions. Okay, so affirmative, a positive sentence. Okay, pronoun is I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay, so I, for example, here, the pronoun that we will use here is I. Then used to. I used to, and then the infinitive. I used to study. Study for 2 hours a day. Okay, 2 hours a day for 2 hours. Okay, I used to study a lot. I used to study a little. Okay, good. I used to. So make sure that you put the ed because it is the past. And like I visited, I used to. I used to. So repeat, I used to. What? Now negative. Negative. Okay, pronoun. Here we'll do you. For example, he. He. Now, did not is a long form. He didn't. He didn't. Now, look at the verb or the word here, use. It's not used because the negative is already here before it. Okay? So there's only one negative in the sentence. You don't want two. In here, in the affirmative, this is the positive, the negative. Okay? So, or that's the past. So there's only one in the past. Now, here in the negative, okay, this is in the past. Okay, this is in the past. Only did is in the past. And then this one is regular. Okay, he didn't use to. He didn't use to study a lot. He didn't use to study a lot. Okay, he didn't use to visit his friends during the week. During the week. Okay, didn't use to. Now, if you're asking a question, okay, this is also a lot of confusion. So let's look at this. Okay. Did you used to walk to school? Did you use to walk to school every day? Okay. Did you used to eat breakfast? That means in the past, was it normal for you? Was it a regular habit? Was it a regular, action to eat? Was it normal to eat in the morning? Okay. Did you used to? So again, here, the past is did. So there's only one past. So the use is normal. Okay. Did you used to eat breakfast? Okay. Did she used to, etc. play? All right, great. So here, right here, we're going to go, this is a YouTube video exercise. Okay, now I want you to do this right here. So this is the way it works, okay? So we're gonna watch it 3 times and there are 4 steps to it. The first time, I want you to watch it with English subtitles. Okay, so this is where you will look at the vocabulary, you will be reading, you will be focusing on the language. Okay, so I want you to pay attention and listen. Also read, okay, make those connections. It'll help your comprehension because you will be like, oh, this word is like that. Oh, that word is like that. Oh, okay, great. This is how you pronounce it. And it's also good for reading, okay? You get used to the speed, okay? And you're reading and you're listening, very good exercise. Then look up the new words. So when you're watching, maybe, oh, that's a new word. Okay, pause it, write it down, right? Make a list. Okay, there's maybe try 10 new words. Okay, 10 new words in the video. And I want you to look them up. Just go to Google and look them up. What does this mean? What does that mean? Okay, look up new words. And then watch without subtitles. Okay, so no subtitles, no words underneath. There you want to test your understanding. Okay, so we have to, here in Neo-English, we need to study the mind. I study the mind. I studied neuro-linguistic, actually psycholinguistic neurobiology, and a lot of other subsets of the mind. And so I understand the mind. I try to understand the mind, but it's a big mystery. And so we need to understand how the mind works. Okay, so it's the same video. It's only 2 minutes. You watch it with subtitles. You find the new words. Then you watch it without subtitles. Okay, then you understand it. And then the third time, watch without subtitles, but I want you to repeat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. When you repeat, it sends a signal to your brain. You remember the words that you repeat. Okay, so I know maybe you don't want to, maybe you think it's a lot of extra work, but it helps. Okay, so if you want results, do this. So this is, some of you I know can't access YouTube in different parts of the world. So, but don't worry, we will watch it in class. And so here you do it. Here, just in case you want to see how it works, here's a little tutorial. Okay, so let's put this.
Welcome to Did You Know, Now and Then, where we compare life in the present to life in the past. Today.
So here you have the, it's playing right here, and then maybe it's too loud.
Go back to school and compare the way pupils were taught in the old days.
Oh, okay, so pupils, I don't know that word, maybe. So you write it down, and after the video, in 2 minutes, you find it.
How they're taught today. Number 1, the classroom.
Okay.
In past centuries, classes could contain up to 100.
Okay, great. So you have all these words and you're reading, blah, blah, blah. Second time, you turn this off. Okay. No subtitles, only listening. Okay. And then the third time, you are repeating.
Pupils, often only girls or only boys, because
only boys.
The schools were single gender.
The schools were single gender.
Schools could be pretty strict.
Schools could be pretty strict. Okay, so you get the point. You get the point here. You are watching and repeating. Not everything. You don't have to repeat every single sentence.
Would sit politely on wooden benches for fear of caning. For writing, they'd have slates or inkwells.
For writing, they would have slates or inkwells. Okay, so these are good ways to practice and to remember all of these words. All right, everyone. So great lesson. Okay, I hope to see you. If you're interested in joining, send me a message today, and you can join my program with a lot of people. Not a lot of people, about 4 people in each class. And you will practice all of this. You will talk to me. You will talk to other students from around the world, and you will practice all of these questions. Okay, so I hope to see you in class, and take care, everyone. See you in class.